Now we're live. Welcome back to Bustin Experience, guys, and I'm with Wayne, my right hand man, my man of honor, my baby daddy. Anyways, but good to have you guys back. We're just going to be talking some movies and games, the most anticipated movies coming out this year in 2020. So we're just going to review some of those and just kind of tell you our opinions on what we think. So should be pretty fun. So what you got, Wayne? What do you think's your top?
Well, I think I'd say the top. I think it's going to do the best in the box office. It's probably Wonder Woman 84, or I'd say Black Widow. I don't think it's going to do as good as most. I think Wonder Woman would probably top it. I'd say Black Widow would probably make about $300-400 million. Which is good, but I don't think it's going to be as good as like Avengers or even like an Iron Man movie or a Captain America movie.
Those are solid, and that's just kind of on a tangent. That's those are solid women movies. You know how it was like a big deal with like Captain Marvel and all that stuff. I love Black Widow and love Wonder Woman. I think those are going to be great.
I'm really excited about Wonder Woman. I'm curious to see how they're going to bring Chris Pine back, because I mean even in the trailers you see he's back, but it's like, did they somehow live through the crash? They like do a Winter Soldier and they froze him or something like that. Like
true, yeah.
Or is he a clone?
So he's like officially back.
Yeah, in the trailer it shows him back and he doesn't know anything about the future.
Right.
He's like, oh, what's this? What's that?
Yeah, and it's just like it's a trash can.
Yeah. He doesn't know like anything. So it's curious to see how they're gonna incorporate that. Or I don't know who the bad guy's gonna be. I don't know if they showed in the trailer. They alluded to it. But I mean, Gal Gadot, she's great.
Yeah, she's a great Wonder Woman. Solid. Yeah. Super solid.
And I think Black Widow is going to do really well. I think it'll be a good movie. I think it's going to be a typical Marvel movie. It's going to be good production, good score on critics and stuff. I can't see either of those movies being bad or bumping. Talking about comics, something I'm really looking forward to is New Mutants.
New Mutants.
That's
a good one.
The trailer got released in 2017.
Really?
Yeah. So they got done filming in like late 2017, and I think October 2017 they released the trailer for it, and then like they delayed it for some reason, and then they delayed it again because Phoenix was coming out, and then Fox got bought out by Disney, so they delayed it even more, and it's like it's been like 3 years now. It's been done filming, and it's out. It's supposed to take place in the X-Men universe too. Like the timeline is supposed to incorporate it. It's like they're in a mental hospital, and they think they don't know they're mutants. These people are manipulating them to think that they're just crazy, and they have these visions. Like this one guy keeps visioning like demons and stuff. It's actually his mutant power, and they just don't realize it. The other guy's like, So it's interesting.
But they're eventually going to merge them with the MCU.
They're just going to completely restart it.
But I mean, they're going to merge X-Men with.
I think Fantastic Four is first. I think they're doing Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes because.
Yeah, we'll see.
Really been for such a. The thing is, that was like the original Marvel comic was Fantastic Four. Like those are the first people. I think Stan Lee created them first.
Yeah.
But they just haven't been able to. For some reason, you can't make a good movie of Fantastic Four. They're always bad. Did you watch the new one?
The newest one, yeah.
It was.
Doctor Doom though is such a great, like in the comics, such a great character.
He should be the new Thanos.
Yeah, he could. People don't realize how powerful he actually is. He's insane.
Yeah.
He's insane.
I wish they would. I think because they need a new. Kind of getting off topic, but they need a new villain like Thanos.
They keep killing them all off.
That's why Thanos though he's got a good story arc, and it's like they could do Galactus.
That's hard. That's a hard one.
But he eats planets.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a cool way of like though introducing Fantastic Four, because Silver Surfer works for Galactus. He kind of scouts out planets, so they could introduce, hey, there's this guy Silver Surfer. He's on Earth, and then that's how they introduce Fantastic Four. If they bring him into research or whatever, and then they bring in Galactus. But Galactus would be such a hard villain to put put on screen.
He is, yeah, because he's massive.
Like Dormammu, you could.
Yeah. Dormammu, same. It's crazy. But I mean, sometimes they make it work, but it is hard. That was also kind of the problem with, I mean, in my opinion, what's his face, Green Lantern. Like, it was just too big of a guy. Like, I would have much rather seen him fight the guy at the end when he took the thing or whatever. That would have been cooler.
And I mean, think about like Guardians 2. It's like they fought a planet. Well, it's like, Galactus eats planets, and that was like, so it's like I don't know how they. But I feel like they do. I would really be happy if they introduced Doom as the new villain.
That would be great. Like a series, like a big
like leading into it.
That would be awesome. I also one movie I'm looking forward to actually is Sonic. Like, I really do. That just hit straight to the heart, man. And they got Jim Carrey for Doctor.
Well, I'm completely fine with that.
No, me too. I am.
He's a little skinnier than
the actual
Doctor. Yeah. But I'm glad they went back and kind of reanimated Sonic because he was scary looking.
Yeah, dude, but that tells you a lot, like, about them.
Listened.
Yeah, like they're willing to listen and even pour more money back into the movie to change it to make the fans happy. Like, I really actually appreciated that.
I think it could go either way. I think it could be really, really bad, or it's like, it's surprisingly good. But I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah,
regardless if I think it's bad.
I will. Dude, he goes Supersonic, man.
Well, he has to. He'll probably go at the end.
I hope so, dude. That'd be amazing.
What about Tails? Wouldn't they bring in Tails?
Tails and Knuckles.
Knuckles. Dude, I used to love Knuckles. He was my favorite, playing Knuckles.
Knuckles was your favorite?
Yeah.
I was always a Sonic lover, man. I love Sonic. Yeah.
Hopefully they incorporate rings somehow.
I thought they did. Weren't they like portals? I think he threw one and jumped through it or something like that. But yeah, I am. That was just
Sonic.
Nostalgia right there.
One movie I'm really excited about. Let's see. Morbius.
Oh, Morbius. Yes. That looks really good.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did. That looks good. And they're bringing back, what's his face? The Vulture.
Yeah.
Vulture.
Michael Keaton, yeah. They're introducing, they're creating their own, like, MCU.
Yeah.
So, like, Venom and Spider-Man, and I don't know how they do that.
Yeah, which is going to be kind of weird.
But, because now if that's Vulture, then he's in the MCU.
Yeah.
So is Venom. Because Venom 2 comes out, I don't think it comes out this year, I think it comes out next year.
But isn't Carter supposed to get a movie?
No, he's going to be in Venom 2.
Venom 2, okay.
I think I hope Woody Harrelson's going to play.
Dude, yeah, that was perfect. Great cast, honestly.
His wig could have been better.
Yeah. But, I mean, he did, I think it's a great cast. He's very...
I hope they do justice to Carnage, because Carnage was one of my favorite villains growing up.
Yeah, that's actually some pretty big shoes to fill.
Remember the video game Carnage?
Yes, I loved it, dude. That's my earliest... Well, no, I guess there was another one right before that, but those are my earliest memories of Spider-Man.
Yeah, Carnage. But I think Morbius or whatever, is going to be good. Jared Leto's playing him. Yeah. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
You got to put away Joker.
Yeah.
You got to put away. That was weird.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing.
But it looks good. I hope it's going to be a dark movie. I hope it's not PG-13.
Well, he was always an anti-hero, kind of like Venom.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're doing with Sony. Sony's kind of going anti-hero.
Yeah.
With Logan and Logan kind of kicked it off.
You think he'll ever come back? I heard the conditions, because I was hearing him talk, that the conditions would have to be exactly right, I guess, for him to come back or whatever. It would have to be some big deal.
I would love, because Deadpool's Sony, right?
Yes.
Or Fox Century. It's Fox. It's Fox. So it's X-Men. But dude, if he came back, if it was a Wolverine Deadpool movie, that's what Ryan Reynolds wants. He keeps wanting him to, but he's like, no. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Well, they wanna redo the mistake that they made together. They wanna make it right.
I mean,
Origins.
Yeah. Well, he even said there's no more standalone Deadpool movies. It's gonna be him with other people, which I think Wolverine would be good. But I just hope they never recast him.
Yeah. Unless they get Danny DeVito.
Yeah. But the same with like Robert Downey Jr. They can't. He's Iron Man.
Yeah, and it's true. Some people just they are that person from now on.
Captain. I don't think anybody could play him besides Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Thor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Wolverine and so many. I mean, because they all got a lot of good characters, or a lot of good people to play these characters, and now they are them.
Here's one. Ghostbusters. Did you see the trailer for Ghostbusters?
Remind me, I did. I heard something about it.
It's like Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's like
Afterlife,
kids are in it now, and then they find the what's it called? The box that they put ghosts in. I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah.
They find that or something like that, and it's supposed to kick off a new series. I don't think any of the old guys are in it.
Okay.
They made a cameo, but I don't know how I feel about that.
But they're kind of just trying to pass it on.
Yeah, it's just they need to leave it alone.
I think we're kind of in a season of where movies are trying to do that. Well, they're not just nostalgia, but they're trying to basically give it new life by passing on that torch from what was to what is going to be.
I don't know how I feel about all that. Like Ghostbusters, redoing Ghostbusters, or redoing what's it they redone recently? They're trying to restart
Star Wars.
I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with them because there's so much lore. Mm-hmm. With like Ghostbusters, or even they're remaking. I don't know if you ever saw Dune. It's an old.
Yeah, I know what it is.
They're trying to kick off that, and it's like, I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's just let some things die, or let us,
That's what Star Wars said.
They literally killed off.
Just let the past die.
Legends or canon, whatever. Yeah, they literally just. I didn't see the new one with the women. Mm-hmm. All women Ghostbusters.
No, yeah, I didn't see that one either. I heard it didn't do very well though.
Because it's like I remember as a kid, like Ghostbusters as a kid, and it's like, just let us relive those memories. Show our kids the old Ghostbusters, the actual good ones.
Yeah.
And not just be like. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to incorporate kids, so kids are interested in it, and their parents can take them. It's like, oh, I used to watch that as a kid. Now they're kids.
That way we all share it. Kind of thing.
But. Can't see it being good.
No, I mean, not everything's gonna work. Like some people are just gonna be pissed off that you're trying to.
Now, speaking of that, Top Gun's coming out.
That actually does look good.
And
that looks good.
Top Gun Maverick, and actually, because he flies the jets. Tom Cruise is actually flying the jets. That man's insane.
That's awesome. I'd do it if I could fly it. I would do it.
What's you tall?
Too tall.
You have to be under 6 feet.
I thought it was like the taller the better.
No. I think it's anything under. I don't think they'll recruit you in the Navy or Air Force if you're under 6 feet. If you're over 6 feet.
Really?
Because the cockpit's too small. But Tom Cruise is like 5'3", so.
So he flies drones.
Yeah, it's actually drones. It just looks like a jet because he's so tiny. But that Top Gun looks good. I watched it as my dad. I'm excited about Top Gun. It's literally, I think it's just Mission Impossible with planes.
Basically.
Yeah. What can Tom Cruise do next?
It really does. It's like all the sci-fi movies feel like a segment of Mission Impossible. Like when you got Minority Report, you got
that was good.
That was good. No, don't get me wrong, it was good, but it feels very
Mission Impossible in the future.
Yeah, Mission Impossible with jets. Mission Impossible.
I'll let you go after this, but this is probably the most excited I am for this year.
Mm-hmm. This is Bill and Ted, yeah.
Bill and Ted's coming back.
Yeah. That'll be exciting.
And I think it's like, it's so stupid. The plot's so stupid, but it's Bill and Ted. So it's like, they're old now, obviously. Yeah. They're in their 50s. And I don't think Bill, I don't think he's played anything. I don't even know his name. The blonde guy?
Yeah. He doesn't matter.
Yeah, he doesn't matter.
Yeah, he matters.
But no, they get, somebody comes from the future, and they have to write a song to save the future. But
sounds like the Tenacious D song, the greatest song.
Yeah. But dude, Bill and Ted was great. They bring back death. Fight death with games and Twister, and they kept beating death.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you gotta have definitely a specific set of humor for it.
I don't know where I remember. I was probably like 6 or 7. I've never watched Bill and Ted, and Pizza Hut had a deal. I don't remember this when I was a kid, where if you ordered pizza, you could get a movie with it. They would give you a DVD and you could choose. That's awesome. And it was like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and like me and my dad watched it, and I was like, "This is so cool.
This is so fun. I love you, Daddy."
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Hopefully, they bring back Bill and Ted from. Didn't see it, but it was a show they would do every year where they would go to our time. So if it was like 2019,
Yeah.
they would come to 2019 and make fun of all of our pop culture. Hornets.
That's awesome.
They discontinued. Hopefully they bring it back for.
Did they actually get Keanu Reeves?
They did.
That was expensive.
They actually did get the other guy. For free.
Like he's just remembering.
They just gave him like 3 meals a day and he was happy. But Bill and Ted, I'm excited for Bill and Ted. What about you?
And Quiet Place 2 is coming out, right?
Did you see the first one?
I did. That one was pretty.
Spoilers, but how sad when Jim died.
Yeah, me too. But it's not going to be the same with him.
I think he's going to be in it.
Is he?
He's directing it again. Because I think he wrote and directed it, the first one and the second one. But yeah, I think because it's flashbacks. You're doing flashbacks.
Oh, okay. So it's like a prequel.
No, it takes place literally right after.
Okay.
But they're doing like, at least in the trailers, they're doing flashbacks to day one. It showed like day one of like what happened. And like in the trailer, she's driving with the kids, and then that's when it happens. And then they're driving, and she's like, one of the kids is like, "It's Dad, we gotta get Dad." And they're trying to get. You never see him, but they talk about him.
That was sad, dude. That was a sad.
That was a good movie.
And he gave his life for his kids, man.
I know. I would have.
Shove the kid out there, take off.
I mean, it was cool. He was like, and the monster turned. But like, also about that movie, that deaf chick, the deaf girl.
Yeah.
How did she not realize that her earpiece was like the key to everything? When it kept happening throughout the movie.
Some people are really dumb, which I can't argue with because some people are really dumb.
It's like, hey, every time a monster comes, my earpiece goes crazy and they freak out.
Maybe I shouldn't utilize this as a weapon to save my family and friends.
She could have saved Jim.
Yeah. And then also the Harley Quinn 2 movies.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a good Harley Quinn. Yeah, she's a good Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she is. It's just, you know what's funny? It's funny. Is this may not be popular, but a lot of girls look up to Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's so cool. She gets domestically abused and manipulated by a man. Like that's her whole character, and like girls look up to her. It's like that's not really a good role model for you to look up to.
Maybe that's what they want to be.
But I don't know. I've seen the trailers and it looks okay.
I mean, who are we to judge?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You're not women.
Especially in today's society.
Yeah. That's a good Redbox movie. I feel like.
You know what? I'm ashamed to say I still haven't seen the new Joker. I know. I want to so bad.
It's on DVD.
I know it is. I just never gotten around to it yet.
Redbox it, dude.
It's so good.
It's probably the best movie last year.
Yeah. And then also, one thing that just came out, which I'm planning on seeing it probably next week sometime. Bad Boys for Life.
I love Bad Boys. I just watched Bad Boys 2 the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Or again.
I should probably do that too. I should probably just rewatch it.
I mean, it's not much to catch up on, but.
No, I know. But,
it's not much.
Just have it fresh and in your head.
But I heard it's good. I heard like they incorporate how they're older. It's like less crazy.
What do you mean by less crazy?
You know how like it's over the top action, like
so it's not like that.
No, it is, but it's not as much. You know, like that one scene where they're like literally fighting a helicopter and driving on the highway, and cars are getting thrown at them. Like cops actually go through that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like that ridiculous, which is kind of nice to hear. Because I don't know if Will Smith, even though he's in shape at 50, Martin Lawrence, I think he came out of retirement for this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. So.
I mean, yeah. Hey, here's $10 million. Want to come out? Yeah. Okay.
I guess if I.
And Michael Bay's not directing it.
Yeah, that's why it's not as flashy.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's not many as busted and misogynistic. And
and then we got the Black Widow trailer coming out. So, movie. I'm sorry.
Comes out in April?
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
I am, yeah. I like that Hopper's in it.
Keep the Marvel universe going.
Yeah, this is the first one since Spider-Man.
Yeah. And it's
then,
a prequel, technically, I guess.
Eternals is coming out.
Eternals, yeah. But that's a show, right? Or is that the movie?
It's a movie.
Is it a movie? Okay. For some reason,
Which is, I really feel like it's a good move. I think it's a good way to kick off the new phase, because the Eternals is like, the original mankind of like either a mutant or you're Eternal.
That's pretty cool.
I think what's her name's in it? Scarlett, no, not Scarlett. Brad Pitt's wife. Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie, yeah.
She's in it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She's playing in it. I don't know much about it though. I don't know. They haven't released any trailers or anything.
No, yeah. I mean, all you see is her fighting her sister at one point, and then.
Well, Black Widow. I'm talking about Eternals.
Oh, the Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about that either. I've heard very little.
But I think Black Widow, she's trying to like figure out her past even more, or like kind of. I think does it take place after like the first Avengers or something?
Is it? I thought it was before all that.
Is it?
I don't know.
It takes place sometime in the MCU timeline.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just thought it was before like everything. Before she joined with the. Before she even got into Shield. I thought it was before all that.
Free Guy. I showed you that trailer.
Dude, Free Guy. That looks funny. I'm actually excited for that one now.
Where he's a AI in a video game, and he discovers that he's an AI in a video game. That looks
How ironic on the age that we're coming up, the age of AI coming soon.
like it almost looks like VR.
Yeah.
He puts on these glasses. So Justin would like
yeah. Right. Shout out to you, Justin.
that.
Never here.
Speaking of video games, Uncharted is coming out later this year,
Oh yeah.
and Tom Holland is gonna play him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty interesting. Wow.
I never played the Uncharted because I didn't have a PS3. I was always an Xbox, but what's his name? Drake? I think his name's Drake.
Jake.
Yeah. That should be good.
And you're like an Apex legend, aren't you? Are you? Well, what do you rank? You rank what? What do you rank?
I'm the top 500-600 depending on the day.
And how many people play?
On in America and Xbox. So
That's
there's
a lot
like
of people. That's a lot of people.
because there's only 13,000 people in America that are Predator. I rank within like 600 or 500.
And Predator's the highest rank.
Yeah. So you have when you do ranking. For those on video games or haven't played Apex, it's like
Video game illiterate.
yeah, it's because you have regular mode people call it pubs, public matches, where you just get ranked up with people, which I'll talk about in a minute. And then they have ranked mode for competitive, and a lot of games are going towards that. Like Fortnite has done it, PUBG's done it. What's it called? The Blizzard game. I don't know why I can't think of it right now, but
Overwatch?
Overwatch has done it. They have the same kind of ranking system. And it's for people who want to compete and grind for something.
Yeah.
But it's called ranked, and they have bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and predator. And you have to get a certain amount. So with like silver or bronze, you'll start out with you'll lose no points starting out, and it's easier to get points. And then once you get into gold, you'll lose 12 points. So you start out with negative 12, and then platinum is negative 24, and then diamond is negative 36, and then pred is negative 48. You can always D-rank. If you don't do well, you'll D-rank. And I think 1% of maybe 2% of the Apex gaming community overall in the whole world, 2% people make diamond, and 0.2% of Apex gamers make predator.
Oh, that's crazy.
And there's probably 20-30 million people, maybe 50 million who play worldwide. So, yeah. And then going into that, coming from we've played games all our life.
Yeah. Big part of our growing up.
Yeah. And we played Halo all the time. We were really good at Halo, and obviously we didn't really have that. Besides, if you're like the elite, you could go to esports, but esports wasn't anything when we were kids. You never had ranked, and now we do. But talk about skill-based matchmaking. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, skill-based matchmaking. It pairs you based on people of your skill level.
Yeah. It's a big uproar in the gaming community now because it's basically you're matched with people with your same skill. So it's either they go wins or your kills or your KD and stuff like that. And if you're in the top percent, like me, and really good people, really good gamers, you're going against people with your same skill level, in ranked and in public message, and it's just it makes games almost unenjoyable.
Because sometimes you just want the
you just want to go, you just want to go pub stomp, and you just want to go through and get high kills and high damage, and you can't do that. You can sometimes, rare, but you can't do it. You're sweating 24/7. It's not enjoyable.
And then plus, especially if you're playing ranked, then you always have to be on guard. You can't just like mess around because
especially if you're in Diamond and Predator. It's like those kids play all the time, 24 hours a day, and it's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. You want to go sweat and ranked? That's what it's for.
Yeah.
If you want to compete and get better and stuff, and they do it because they say they do it because, well, the new players, all the new players are gonna get discouraged and not want to play because people like me or the top tier players, they just come in and stomp you. It's like, well, that's how video games always been.
Yeah, they need to make a system, I guess, where it kind of can do both, maybe. So, like, maybe you can have for the new people kind of a new person, not a new person area, but like a lower level area where maybe like if you're a Diamond or Predator or whatever, you can't go in it, right? But you can go like maybe the lower levels can. And then kind of a middle ground where everybody can go in it, and you can kind of up stomp there. And then of course the ranked matches where it's just always challenging.
Yeah. That's my problem. Is like that's what ranked is. It's like, okay, you're new to the game, or you're not that good at the game. Go in ranked. You're not gonna go up. I mean, if you rank up, it means you're getting better.
Yeah.
So it's like bronze. If you go in bronze and silver, like some kids don't really play that much or aren't really skilled or new. That's what ranked is for. And then if you rank up, you get better. Then but public matches is public. It should just be a random sort of people depending on the lobby. And remember season 0 and 1 because we're only in season 3. That's how it was. Like we could go in pub stomp. You could just go and have fun, talk crap with your buddies, and just play. And like I remember, we would just like every Friday night, we'd all get a case of beer. Go play public matches and just like mess around and not have to try and just play video games for fun, like how it should be. But now it's like can't do that. Yeah. Now it's like I have to be with them all the time. You can't go solo. You can't even go solo. Like if I just want, I can't even just go play Apex by myself. Yeah. Because it's like 2 random people I don't know, and I always get matched up with like kids that like don't have good stats, and then they always show like the champions of the previous game. And those kids have like 50,000 kills with 10 KD, and it's like, well, okay, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not gonna play. It makes me not even want to play.
I have a question for you, and this could potentially be kind of personal. At a very deep level, what do video games mean to you?
I mean, they mean a lot. I mean, especially growing up, it's like, even with you, it's like I didn't have many friends growing up. I guess with you guys, but that's how we met was video games. Yeah. How our friendship started was Halo. Yeah. I remember sitting on a bus with Chris, and I didn't know Chris is our really long friend. He's
on one of the other.
Oh yeah, he's been on the Star Wars podcast. 6th grade, I was sitting on the bus. I got in trouble, so they made me sit in the front. And Chris was like, "Hey, you like video games?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You ever played Halo?" I'm like, "No, what's that?" He's like, "You should come over." And then we've been friends for 20 years now, and that's how I met you.
It was like magic.
I know. And then I met you. So it's like if it wasn't for video games, I wouldn't have been friends with you or Chris or a lot of my friends. And I made the guy I play with now, Mark. Shout out to Mark. He's a douchebag, but
subscribe, Mark.
Yeah. I met him through a friend, like a real friend. Like I met him through there, and then like we started becoming friends, and now we're really good friends. We talk every day. He lives in Orlando, but like we hang out. It's like with video games, I wouldn't have known him. It's like video games are, especially like I like the state that it's at, and I don't because it's like at least video games now are getting more recognition. It's like it's not as you're wasting your time on video games. It's like now actually you can make a good income on video games.
Yeah, you can. But whether you're streaming or if you're competing.
We'll get into that in a minute. But what about you?
Dude, honestly, it was probably the biggest lifesaver in a lot of ways because in my hardest times, like that was my retreat, especially back in the day. Yeah, like I mean, really, it was very therapeutical because no matter what was going on, I could just turn my brain off and just, I mean, really, you could view that as like a good and a bad thing. Like it's almost like a drug where you can just kind of like get away and whatever that was like you're fixed. But I mean. It definitely probably stopped me from doing stupid decisions in high school and all that stuff. So, I mean, because I would just rather play video games than anything else.
Yeah. I mean, you could have especially like us with bad childhoods. Like, well, it's either we go do drugs or play video games.
Exactly right.
And obviously, take the good and the bad. Yeah, you can get sucked into video games and be lazy, but it's like
too much of anything can be a bad thing, whether it be dieting or whatever.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think everything in moderation, but I think there's a lot worse things that you can get into than video games. What do you think of people saying, like, oh, video games are the reason people are, like murdering and
That's dumb. That's just, if you are crazy and a psychopath,
anything's gonna set you off.
It's like, oh, Grand Theft Auto, you shouldn't play it because you murder and you kill cops and stuff. It's like, well, I know the difference between a video game and me. Like, I'm in law enforcement. Mm-hmm. If I go in GTA and kill cops, like, doesn't mean I'm gonna go to work and be like,
that guy comes busting.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm gonna go to work and want to kill one of my coworkers because GTA let me do it. Mm-hmm. Like, this just means you're crazy.
Yeah, no, and it's true. I think there will be one day though. I think I said this on one of the other podcasts where I think that video games are going to be indistinguishable from reality.
I don't like VR.
Because it's going to get crazy.
Like, Justin tries to get me every time I go over. He's like, tries to do VR. I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just hold a controller in my hand.
No, I agree.
It's scary.
It is scary, and it's also kind of mildly disorienting because have you tried any of the VR?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you done it? Where like, dude, I remember because he let me play for like a good probably half hour, maybe an hour or something like that, because he wanted me to do this game that he'd had. And after I had to adjust for like a minute because it's just like, oh my goodness,
It literally, you forget that you're in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're like so immersive, and after like half an hour, you're like, oh, in the room, and you've been watching it the whole time.
Yeah, you've been watching the entire time.
But like going into, I think, and me and my buddy Mark, we were talking about this. As much as good as like Twitch. I don't think you don't watch much of Twitch, do you?
No, not really.
I watch Twitch a lot, and those who know what Twitch is, it's where you go watch people play video games. Mm-hmm. And I remember my dad was like, we were on a road trip recently, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Watching Twitch." He's like, "What's that?" So I watch people play video games. He's like, "That's stupid." It's like, not really. It's like, do you like football? Yeah. Do you like watching people play football? Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Or like the people that like are fixing up houses and all that stuff, and you like watch, oh, this decorating so good, even though you don't do anything like that.
It's because they're better than you are, and you can't. Watch it because they're really good at the game, where they're entertaining,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think Twitch and esports have ruined video games to an extent, because now every 12-year-old kid wants to be ninja and wants to sweat and just play for 10 hours a day, mm-hmm. and you just want to go in casually with your buddies and play, and it's like, no, you got this 10-year-old like wiping the floor with you because he wants to be the next ninja or Tifu, and it's like, come on.
Honestly, dude, I don't know, because I've done that before where you just intensely play for like 12, 15, 18 hours, even 24 hours. It's exhausting, dude. Like, it really is. It's just like, I don't know if I have that in me anymore.
I can play.
I could, but
I can play for about. I've played Apex, especially on the weekends. I'll play for like 6-8 hours. Mm-hmm. Just like, after that 6 hour, you're like, oh my god.
I just feel like a fat piece of crap.
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
It's so tired. Like,
I gotta go in the real world now. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, I have to adjust.
But
oh my goodness, it's definitely, I can't do that anymore.
I know you used to play WoW, like.
Dude, me and Corey, man. Shout out Corey Rossman if you're listening to this.
He's alive.
Oh, he's alive. Man. He likes my stuff on Facebook every now and again. But no, dude, he would come over. This is like when I was like 18, 19. I lived in West Palm Beach, and we would go. He lived in Boca, so it was like 40 minutes away or something like that. And he would come over, and we would start at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or whatever, and we would go till 7, 8 a.m. the next day. We would just, the only time we would ever stop playing WoW would be to do quick Taco Bell runs at like 1 a.m. and then come back, just start it down.
But that's like some of the best
memories, yeah.
To me, it's like, I do even that now, so like on Friday nights, even my buddy Nick, he's our third, because it's a 3-man squad. Mm-hmm. Some of the best nights, it's like we'll text each other and be like, hey, tomorrow, Friday, everybody's in some beers, and we're going to play from like 5 to 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's like at 9 we'll be like, oh, we're hungry, and we'll go like run and get food, and we'll text them back, and we'll jump again. It's like, to me that's I'd rather go out. I'd rather do that than go out and like party.
Oh yeah, I agree, because there's a lot of camaraderie and you get to have fun and it's more intimate and all that stuff instead of just being in a room full of people just partying and
you just yell at each other.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, but if you do that, to each his own, whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
that's just how I would rather just hang out with good friends, and but it's good stuff.
Another topic that I want to talk about is Mulan's coming out.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all the Disney remakes and stuff like that? Have you seen all the Disney remakes?
Aladdin, Lion King, parts of Dumbo. What's his other? I forget.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
Cinderella.
Saw Cinderella. Did it see? That's it. How new is that?
2 years ago. John Favreau made it.
Maybe. I feel like I've seen that though like 3 times. And isn't there like a couple different live action versions or no?
What was that? I'm sure it was.
No, I did.
Recently. It came out in like 2016 or 17 or something.
Yeah, actually I do. I remember. Yeah, I did see that. I mean, they're okay. Some of them are good. I'm just kind of like, I'm not like super over the top excited to see them, but I'm not like, I mean, I don't hate them. I mean, I'll probably see Mulan, probably not in theaters, but I'll probably see it at some point, I'm sure.
So like,
the only ones I really cared for was Aladdin and probably Lion King.
And like Lion King.
It was okay. I was a little disappointed. Thought it would have been a little bit better, but I wasn't completely disappointed.
Aladdin was good. Besides Aladdin himself, I thought he was kind of bad. Like Genie, Will Smith did good as Genie, which I was kind of worried about.
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of made himself. And then like, there's a few things. Jasmine was good, but there's a few things that I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like she froze time, and like now she's a sorcerer herself.
Yeah, she freezes time, is able to sing a number.
Or she's singing her head, and it's like, how crazy is this?
They're just looking at her like, what's wrong with her?
So how do you feel about like? Because I love movies, and the same with video games. Like, movies were one of my escapes as a kid. Yeah. How do you feel about them just instead of like coming out with original movies, which there are, but they're far in between? How do you feel about them just rehashing movies like Ghostbusters and Disney? And
sometimes I like it, sometimes I hate it. It depends on the movie.
I feel like they're cash grabs.
Yeah, they are to a certain extent. And some of the cash grabs I would gladly give money to. But then, like, I was supposed to be excited for Star Wars, once we heard 7 was coming out. But, I mean, that eventually just died for obvious reasons. If you don't know why, go listen to the other podcasts.
It was a 2-hour rant.
Yeah, exactly.
My Last Jedi sucks.
But, I mean, I'm kind of drawing a blank on some of these movies.
It's, so, like, I'll take it, like, you watch it was just a cash grab because people I like to be in the Beast, but it was just awful and it's just redone. Then like the state of movies of like, but then I went and watched 1917, which was like, it's a war movie, of course. They've done millions of them, but it's like it's new in a sense of like how they film it. It's like a one-shot movie. The camera follows, and it's like I even heard. I wasn't in the military, but like people who fought in wars, they had to leave. It was so like real and stuff. They had to leave because their PTSD was acting up. And you watch it, it was like they as they walk through the battlefield, you see bodies that are decaying and like. But it's a good movie. It's an original movie. It's like, oh, this is why I like movies. Because it's kind of like makes you feel like you're there instead of like we're making the 5th of Milan.
I mean, I think the movie industry in a lot of ways, not in every movie, like you said, but they've kind of become so systematic that it kind of lost its passion, if that makes sense. Like, like when you can really tell somebody's poured their heart and soul into something, because of how good it is, or you can just tell that they've done a lot to it to be able to make it what it is. And we don't see that as much. It's kind of like, all right, we have the technology, we don't really care if the story always makes sense.
An alien skybeam at the end.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of like, you know what, whatever. Let's just push this out the door. Let's just get it done, and let's just get our money.
Like there's back in the most anticipated movies, there's two that are original and like haven't been done. It's Tenet, which is a Christopher Nolan movie, because he always makes. I don't know how he comes up with half that stuff he does.
Some people are pretty
like Tenet. I don't know if you've seen a trailer for that. It's about this guy does an experiment. They do an experiment on this guy, and like he can see the future as before it happens, but he can also reverse time. It's really weird looking. It's really hard.
The Tenet.
Tenet,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's Antlers, which is a horror movie. It looks really good because I like horror movies. I don't know if you do.
I do, but I mean, most women don't, so I don't get to watch. I don't get to watch a whole lot.
But it's like it's about the trailer. It shows a kid. He finds like a dead raccoon, and he like picks it up and he starts chopping it up. And then he goes and like upstairs to his attic, and he unlocks his door and he throws it. And you see this creature grab it. And the whole trailer, he's just finding dead animals and like throwing it in. And this creature's eating it, and then like the creature escapes. And then at one point he says "Daddy," so it's like maybe it's his dad. But like they find antlers in the room. It looks cool. It's saying it sounds stupid, but like it looks cool. But that's why I like Quiet Place. It was
yeah, no, that was definitely a good.
It was original.
Yeah, it was original.
Yeah,
I agree. And I mean, but I think you're right to a degree. We need more originals, because though it's great to go back and experience some nostalgia. I mean, you can't just live on it because.
But also like going to see those movies that aren't as popular because they're not a big budget movie. To me, those movies are some of the best.
I don't necessarily see like Avengers and all that stuff as nostalgia just yet, because I mean, even though it's been like 12 years, since the first Iron Man came out, to me nostalgia is 90s.
Well, I meant like big budget movies, like blockbuster movies. Mm-hmm. Like I love blockbuster movies, but at the same time, it's nice to go see a movie that they actually put time and passion into. Like,
agreed.
Evil Dead's one of my favorite movies, and they had like a $10,000 budget.
Yeah. And like, yeah, dude, and like you look at like Michael Myers and stuff like that, dude. It's the same type of deals. Like they have this ridiculously low budget, and they just turn around and they make something amazing.
And now they're ruined.
And yeah, I mean, but exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's just become this thing, just this system of just like, all right, we do this and this and this, and we'll make a ton of money. As where that's not how.
That's how Jaws was. Jaws was a low budget movie.
Yeah, but
and they the reason why you see the shark underwater so much is because one, they couldn't get it to work, and two, they didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And now it's like Jaws 3D and all that crap.
Mm-hmm. And now Sharknado. Right?
Sharknado is a very cult classic movie.
Oh my goodness!
They put a lot of time and passion into.
I mean, I think it just kind of baffles me that that's why there's no such thing as like a bad idea, because somebody thought it was a great idea to go into a room and say, hey, you know what, guys, we should make a movie where there's a tornado full of sharks, and these sharks can just come out of the bathtub. They can come out of anything that's a water source.
And some producers like
that sounds like an awesome idea.
I can get behind.
I need to find out how much that actually made, because I mean it's so ridiculous.
It was always, I think it was a sci-fi original movie, but it was just so ridiculous people fell into it. Like, I mean, Rubber. Remember Rubber?
Yes.
It was a movie about a rubber tire that has telekinesis powers.
Yeah, if you honestly,
it's actually worth a watch.
It is worth a watch. I mean, I will say this: if you don't understand, so the whole movie is just based on just because. Remember?
But there's also, it's a movie within a movie because there's an audience watching the movie.
Yeah.
In the movie,
it's a real good mind tease. Like
it's what? But the people are like watching binoculars, but they're watching this movie.
You're watching people watch a movie.
Yeah. About a tire that.
About a tire.
But then he reincarnates himself into a tricycle and takes over LA.
So yeah, definitely worth the watch. I mean, you probably will be disappointed, but you won't be so disappointed.
If you like the hallucinogen drugs, I would. It might be a movie for you.
Oh my goodness! But I mean, anything else? We'll start kind of wrapping it up.
This year is, I mean, because of the MCU, there's no like this past year is like we had Star Wars and Avengers and all that. This year we don't really have that.
No.
It's kind of like obviously we have Black Widow and Wonder Woman, but we don't have like that movie that everybody's looking forward to.
Kind of a dip, I guess, in the superhero era right now.
That's crazy that it kind of took over.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Like if there's no superhero movies, it's like it's kind of a slow year for movies.
No, yeah. I mean, we all enjoy our superhero movies, and I honestly I think the same way. I'm just like I think what superhero movies are coming out, and everything else is just kind of like okay, I may not see it.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks before you're like, oh, that looks good, and then now like there's always that movie that's like it doesn't get any buzz, but then it comes out and it's like the most popular movie of the year, like Joker.
Yeah, which I still gotta see. I'm ashamed by now. I'm
sorry. You gotta watch it so we can talk about it.
But we will say, make sure you guys click that like button and subscribe, and we thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. All right.